Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we are at the after party for Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 1.
Bring your drinks, bring your chips, bring your guac, bring whatever you need. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Watch the last episode if you haven't subscribed to that. And now let's get into this after party, Blair.
All right. So we are with Miss Keisha Knight Pulliam
Hey.
back for the after party.
Hey, Keisha.
We've got Carla, Camille, and Madison at the show today.
Hey, ladies.
So they touch a bit on the sex conversation, and Carla feels that sex is important. She likes to be stimulated in multiple ways:
Ooh.
brain, body, everything.
I hear you.
They show that the show threw them pretty much a PG bachelorette party.
Yeah.
But we talk a little bit about what each woman did for their personal bachelorette parties.
Mm-hmm.
So Camille ended up just having a night out with her friends, night out on the town. Madison had a male stripper and kind of a girl nights in type of party.
Mm-hmm.
And Carla did an energy cleanse before her wedding.
Energy cleanse. Okay, I hear you, Carla.
And they discussed their types. Madison was talking about how she liked the pretty boys, and Keisha was like, yeah, you don't marry the pretty bad boys.
Now, stop right there. She said she liked the pretty boys, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have to dive deep into this. Now we actually get to have discussions a little bit in the after party.
Okay.
Madison's the one that said, I want a light-skinned black male, I believe, right?
No, that was Michelle.
That was Michelle. Okay. See, look, I was about to go in because I was about to say, hey, listen here, you watch yourself.
Okay.
Michelle's not here.
Correct.
Okay. Woo, boy, because y'all was
I
about
saved
to,
you, Madison.
You was about to get it because I was like, pretty? I'm not pretty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, Madison, I understand what you feel, even though it's superficial. But Michelle, if that was you was about to get a whole book of being read. You get what I'm saying?
No, but I'm with Madison on that. Like some of the guys who are like conventionally pretty and, are seen a certain way in society, like they do kind of get this arrogant confidence about them to where they feel like, you should be bowing at my feet that I even talk to you. So I think that, with Keisha's recommendation of like, you don't marry those types is because they're entitled. You know what I'm saying? It's just entitled people who, basically society conforms to them as in a certain type of way because they are the societal standard.
Matter of fact, to your point, as a guy, there's not a lot of times, if ever, that like the woman would actually be chasing you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So for the first time, or like the men, the pretty boys, talk about the pretty boys, they have options and they act like they got options. To your point with the entitled, so they would treat you like an option and not the option.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why Keisha's like, don't marry the pretty one. That don't mean marry the ugly one.
Right.
But you can tell the difference between someone who have options and enjoy the fact of having options besides treating each option like their own singular person and giving them their full attention, because they can be like, I don't really have to be with you. And that's true. They don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we get to Carla, who says that she has no type. Carla ain't got no type.
She ain't got no type.
She used to go after guys who were projects, but she says that just to hold herself accountable, she was also in a place to where she didn't know she didn't need to take on a project.
Carla with the projects. What are your thoughts on that?
I appreciate that she took some accountability in her part in it.
I was gonna say that.
I think it's easy to say that, oh my gosh, all I got was guys who were messes, but to also say like, I chose them though.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to help and to, be the person that they relied on. And so for that, I'm just like, okay, I'm looking forward to Carla. And for some reason, like Carla just comes across as like a star to me. Just watching her on the after party, I don't know why it was her aura or
she
maybe
just stands out. She on the counter and things like that.
No, not on the counter.
Was she the one that showed her favorite position?
That was Madison.
I don't know who these women are. I could have sworn that was Carla. Like
Carla was in the middle.
I could have sworn Carla was like my favorite position in the last episode, and then like she sat on the counter. That was Madison.
Yeah, Carla said she likes all the positions up, down, this way, that way.
Okay. Listen, I'm learning.
Yeah, we gotta learn the people.
Well, me. Okay, but no. If that's the case, I do understand that now with Carla with the whole aura thing.
Yeah.
Even though I thought she was the one on the counter.
Yeah.
But she's the one that she's like up, down, all around.
Yeah.
Face down, face up, all these things. Yes.
Yeah. So Keisha asked the ladies what have been their worst dates. Camille says she went on a date and on Facebook later found out that the man was married.
And matter of fact, Now, I know who Camille is.
Yes.
Okay? The reason why she probably fell into that trap, because she's a hopeless romantic, right? And she always fell for the guys, if you listen to the last episode, that love bombed her.
Yeah.
Right? A married man have all the time in the world to love bomb, to give you empty nothings, things that I would do for you and things of that nature, because that would actually be the fun part of his whole adultery. You get what I'm saying? Him just basically giving you empty nothings, empty promises and things of that nature. And she probably really fell into that. And then she's like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I keep falling for these guys or giving these guys chances to go on dates with me and things like that. Because she said she's a hopeless romantic. So I can see how she can fall into that trap. But that's not her fault. The guy's supposed to be faithful to his wife.
Exactly. And some men be lying.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah. Big liars.
Yeah. Carla's dad wished her the best when it came to her marriage.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't raise her to do something like this, he was still supportive. And Carla felt like that was growth from her dad.
Listen here, dad already lets me know, like dad probably no tolerance and things like that. Like, you know what, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Well,
and both Madison and Camille's family were supportive and excited for them.
Yeah.
So Madison thought the gift, Keisha's asking, how did you feel about the banana gift? And what if it didn't get followed up with the Tiffany's bracelet or whatever? And Madison said the gift really helped just kind of break down her nerves. She actually liked the banana portion of it. Like it was funny and it got her to see the humorous side of her husband.
Yeah.
Camille got Thomas a whiskey set, and Thomas ended up getting her a vinyl record and a gold compass bracelet.
Nice.
Camille's sister, of course, we saw helped her talk off the ledge so that way she could walk down the aisle, and she really appreciated that.
Yeah, she needed that.
And then we get to the new segment of After Party where they have the do-over.
The do-over.
So they asked someone on the couch what they would do differently during the episode, and Camille, they asked what she would have done differently. And she said that she would have just breathed, try to calm down, and just focus on the positives.
Okay.
So my only thoughts with that was like, I get what Camille is saying, but I thought she did what she needed to do. I understand like just freaking out in the moment, and I'm glad she didn't walk away, and I'm glad her sister was there to talk her through it. But I didn't feel like there was anything she needed to do differently.
Yeah. So, I think she needs to just, what you're doing is crazy.
Yes.
And for you to go in and not know the gravity of it, I would actually look at you and be like, do you know what you're doing?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now, the fact that her sister was like, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And because the sister like, I got my dress on. You're walking down the aisle. Oh, I am? So I think the reason why she probably said that is because she probably just didn't want to come that way off the camera.
Yeah.
On camera. But, it's a real, if it's as real as Married at First Sight is trying to sell us, like, listen, I would have anxiety too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
I wouldn't even tell nobody I feel that type of way. I'd just be gone. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is.
We see the bottom of Chris's feet running.
Exactly. just speed walking. Chris, he's taking the mic. like, I'm out of there,
So we get Camille's first thoughts when she saw Thomas.
Yeah.
She said he looked good. He was tall. She was attracted to him. But she's more so personality based. Like she actually was wanting to get to know him more as a person.
Now, I'm happy we got to hear that in the after party, because we asked in the episode, what did we think was their first thoughts? And I thought they both was in their heads.
Yeah.
So to hear that she actually thought that he was attractive is good to hear. It's good to hear at the after party.
Yeah. And Keisha says that she's happy that they kissed. And Camille agrees. Like that sets the tone of whether you guys are in the friend zone or if you're actually working and being in a relationship. And I was like that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And Camille said the kiss was good. But the only thing that stood out to Camille really was that the officiant was going off script when it came to the letter that her family wrote to talk about her, basically her descriptors and her character. The officiant was summarizing and changing the context of stuff. So she was just like, that was the only thing that, kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Some things were lies, basically. Was that the end of the after party? I have a question for everybody and for Blair as well. She said kissing is basically she agrees to kiss because that actually sets the tone of friend zone or not, right? Let's get past the wedding. Let's go to the honeymoon. Do having sex with your husband, do you view that different than kissing?
I do.
Okay.
And just because these people are just meeting each other, I wouldn't say they have to immediately get intimate with each other.
Yeah.
I do think that's something that they need to discuss. And it needs to be known of whether or not that's something we're open to before or after decision day.
Yeah.
So that there's the actual
timeline or something.
Not necessarily timeline, but an understanding of expectations.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's been an issue as well when one party feels like, we should be more intimate and the other person is just like, I'm not quite ready, but also they're not being affectionate at all. So it's like you have to be affectionate, maybe not all the way up to sex if you're not comfortable with it because you don't know this person. But it needs to be discussed, and I think a timeline needs to come into conversation.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I even go so far to say that I would actually hold it against you if you have sex at the honeymoon.
Really?
Yes. Even though technically that is your husband, and technically y'all both grown and things of that nature, I feel like there's not enough foundation in the relationship that will open it to having sex initially. I will say with the program of Married at First Sight with the experts, they actually have a program within the show to where y'all have intimacy practices.
Right.
So if I was to genuinely just throw myself into the wheel of the program and listen to the experts, I think there will be a time to where we will get intimate. And I don't want to expedite that. And then all of a sudden kind of go too fast. I don't know you, and now I'm mad at the small things, and I have these expectations because I've been love bombed, or like the other woman, I'm taking on projects because in that moment I just felt good and I had sex in the moment. Now I would just hold it against you. That don't mean like, oh my goodness, your marriage is going to end. But I think if I want to see someone follow the program to a T, to see is it really the experts' problem with the show? Or is it the contestants that's really messing up the show and things like that? And if somebody follows the experts program to a T of like, okay, now is the time where y'all get intimate. Now is the time because y'all already done enough trust practices. Y'all already done enough knowing each other and things of that nature. Enough conflict resolution. Now y'all can get intimate. I wonder how the end practices would be of Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
That's all I got. Looking forward to the season.
Listen, the after party's over, guys. I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. We will be with you all season at Married at First Sight. Y'all be good.
Bye.